Hey guys, so this is going to be a review of the iHeart Makeup or iHeart Revolution. I think they changed now to iHeart Revolution instead of I Love Me. Basically, there's loads of like sub categories, and which in Makeup Revolution or Tan Beauty, I don't even think they call themselves Tan Beauty anymore. Either way, if they're not careful, they're gonna lose a lot of money because it's becoming a bit greedy, and usually companies that are like that end up falling flat on their face. Anyway, I'm not being a bitch, I'm just like stating the obvious. Right, this is going to be a review of their tasty latte eyeshadow palette. Do have another coffee eyeshadow palette. I believe these have been out for ages, but you know, I saw this and I was like, I want to try a new eyeshadow, so eyeshadow palette, so I thought I'd pick this one up. So the other one, from what I remember, is more kind of like a brown, more browns in it, and then this is what this palette looks like. So you've got some browns, but it's more so kind of like pink, warm tone. Well, the other palette was warm tones. You get what? If you've seen the other palette, you know what I'm talking about. So it's got a mixture of mattes and glitters. When I saw this in Superdrug, I was like, you know what, I really like the colours in here. I'm gonna go for it. So that is why. So when it comes to quality, so first off, I should always mention I have oily eyelids, so do bear that in mind. I don't use eye primers. I don't even use face primers anymore. I find them a bit of a faff, and I just can't be doing with them. Anyway, so it has the same quality, well, sort of. I will get into it in deeper in a minute. As all kind of iHeart and the iHeart range. The eyeshadows are pigmented. They blend really well. When it comes to lasting power with this eyeshadow, with this eyeshadow palette, I find that the darker ones last longer, which you probably last long on the eyelids, which you probably think, well, duh, it's, you know, it's obvious it's more pigments in it, but usually I've never had that before. Usually the lasting power of eyeshadows, it doesn't matter like how dark the eyeshadow is or how light the eyeshadow is, they're usually the same formulation in terms as they last on the eyelids. But just because I've said the darker tones last on my eyelids you know, longer, it doesn't mean like it lasts all day. They are average lasting power on my eyelids. As I said, I do have oily eyelids. It's not like bad, it's what I've experienced with Makeup Revolution eyeshadows anyway. So it's not like a disappointment or anything, but do bear in mind it is a cheap brand anyway, so it is gonna be average. Don't expect like miracles or anything like that. But as I said, I really do like the like pigmentation and everything. The pigmentation, the color scheme. Yeah, I'm gonna call it the color scheme. I do really like the color scheme. I don't find that I'm struggling to come up with like makeup looks with this at all. Another thing I find really weird is usually glitter eyeshadows as well last longer than mattes, just because glitter eyeshadows are easier to formulate than mattes. It's a whole thing, but with these I don't find that, which also I find a little bit strange. Not like you know, it's just in my experience, I've experienced more like if there's a mixture of like matte and glitters, I find that the glitters usually last longer than the mattes. But with this one, it's kind of the same sort of thing, but usually like glitters last a lot longer on me. But whatever, I am not complaining. But overall, it's a decent palette. I do recommend it. As I said, don't expect like loads and like expect it to last like all day on the eyelids. But if you've tried like Makeup Revolution eyeshadows in the past, then you will know what, you know, you'll know what to expect, if that makes any sense. And this is only £10 as well, so there's that. But yeah, really like the colour scheme. Don't find it hard to like come up with looks or anything like that. For somebody who kind of, so I don't really follow the rules when it comes to makeup or anything like that. I will put glitters in my crease and I don't care. I will point out though, for people who do care and will follow that formula and put, you know, matte eyeshadows in the crease, the matte shades are a little bit odd, like, if that makes any sense. Like, some of the glitters will go with the matte shades, but some of them you're kind of thinking, maybe a little bit of an odd choice, or you'd want more of kind of like, you know, more sort of a matte shades that kind of go more with the glitters. But for me, I don't really have a problem. As I said, I don't really follow the rules when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for this review. So bye guys.